It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. All right, so city council. I dig what you guys do. And there's a lot of people that don't understand when it comes to traffic, because everyone complains about traffic.
Hold on. Where's Ward 1?
So Ward 1 is off Tinytown Road, Fort Campbell Boulevard area, all the way to Allen Road around the Clarksville Regional Airport, Jack
Okay.
Miller.
Gotcha. Thank you. Now continue.
Number 1 ward.
Yeah.
That's just all you need to
It's
know.
up there.
We're
By
number
exit 1. Number 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah. So, nonetheless, everyone complains about traffic, and everyone thinks that's why can't it just get done right now? There's like 3 different elements, actually 4 really, but 3 different elements when, like city, county, and state roads.
Yeah.
Could you explain the difference?
Certainly. I'm glad you started there because that's one of the major issues is we have all these nicknames for roads, such as, MLK Boulevard,
Right.
Fort Campbell Boulevard,
Yeah.
Wilma Rudolph. Those are our nicknames for roads that we don't own. They're state roads. And so oftentimes we get accused of not fixing our roads, but they're not really Clarksville or Montgomery County roads. They belong to the state. And so TDOT is what governs those. So in order
Tennessee Department of Transportation.
Yep. And so in order for us to do anything with it, we've got to, collaborate with TDOT and get on their priority list to get the road either widened, fixed, or, sidewalks along it.
Now, what do we have coming up? Because it's about to be a new year. I'm sure you guys have went to your constituents. You guys got together as city council and you said, okay, we gotta work on these. What is currently being worked on, and what's in the near future for when it comes to our roads and traffic?
So as far as road projects, we just finished one up, Dunbar Cave Road, partnering with the state, got that taken care of.
Thank God.
Oh, man.
Thank God it's done.
I needed that cut through.
Oh,
back.
my God. What were they doing? What was the...
Well, the issue was the bridge. It had a failed rating. There were some parts on it that were kind of chipped and cracking. So, we don't want anybody to fall off in there or anything.
How long was it like that for?
So we got that taken care of, and thank God it's open. We got the Meriwether Road, Trenton Road, because Trenton Road, again, is one of those state roads that we can't really do much with.
I wish we could.
Mercy.
But you got to work with them, yeah.
Got to work with them. And so we do own Meriwether Road. And so what we've done is to at least alleviate traffic coming on to
Meriwether,
Trenton.
that's the one right after the school?
Yeah, right there by Northeast.
Yeah, right.
It'll run you into Oakland Road
That's
to get
right.
you that back way.
Yeah.
And so we've added a turning lane because you just being 2 lanes, you could be stuck forever, even if you're trying to make a right lane.
Oh,
so now
it's the worst.
Yeah, so we've got the right turn lane, and you can go left, and just to alleviate the traffic burden over there. And so that's something that we've already been working on.
I can't wait till one day when there's just a turning lane on Trenton Road the whole way. One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Oh, I'd love for Trenton Road to look like Peacher's Mill on the West Creek side.
Right.
Oh man.
Right? Wouldn't that be great? How do you get that done, though? Because obviously you got to work with the state because there's people's properties involved at that point.
There is. And it's not as easy as one would think. So here's a practical example. You look at Rossview Road. I forget, it was before my time on the council, but TDOT had the funding allocated. They were going to widen the entire Rossview Road like Peacher's Mill, like what we just talked about. But the residents over there didn't want it to happen. So they were in such a big uproar.
Yeah.
At the meeting, talking bad about it, bashing it. We don't want this. We don't want this. So TDOT said, you know what? We're going to take our state money and we're going to put it somewhere else in the state. And now look at us.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it goes back to that Constitution once again. Government just cannot take your property. Those people on Exit 8, they need to widen that road.
They are widening it.
Yeah,
They are now,
Yeah, that's
right?
one of our projects. So we're going to get it widened now.
Good deal.
But it's going to cost Clarksville some money to get in there now.
Right.
We could have just had it
Had it
all,
from the
but
state.
Had it from the state.
Yeah. Interesting.
Hindsight's 2020.
Right.
What are the, besides traffic, what else we got coming up?
Well, we got some sidewalk projects.
Sidewalks. Yes.
So we oftentimes hear, why
Yay,
can't we put
woo!
sidewalks in existing
I hear this all the time.
Yeah, part of the
Why
reason-
can't we?
Some of the neighborhoods, like I'll use one of my legacy neighborhoods, Green Acres, as an example. It wasn't designed because of the whole curb and gutter system and how it drops off after the road, for drainage. There's nowhere to put the sidewalk there. You'd have to build it up and move utilities and gas lines and water lines to where it's no longer cost effective to even do. Not to mention, in those existing neighborhoods, you'll sometimes end up with individuals that'll say, no, I'm not going to sell you city my land to put a sidewalk because I don't want anybody walking in front of my house.
Interesting.
So you have that to contend with. And so what we've done is we've got funding set aside for sidewalks when we got sued downtown to make it ADA compliant. Now that we've settled the requirements of that lawsuit, we have a sidewalk matrix that takes into account.
Was that where everyone can get up and down the sidewalks?
Yeah.
And, right.
And so we got a sidewalk matrix that takes into account the proximity to things like schools, parks, public transportation, shopping, and things like that, walkability. And so those get a higher rating. And so we've identified a spot over there near Lafayette off Fort Campbell Boulevard where we've got a series of sidewalks that'll be put in, and TDOT's going to be connecting a sidewalk trail down Fort Campbell Boulevard. And so because of everything over there between the schools and
the bad driving.
Yeah, the bad driving. They, you know, they got community centers and all these resources that just makes it make sense to enable kids to be able to walk safely, you know, or bike safely to, you know, different resources. And so that's going to be, well, that's what we're doing now is sidewalks there. And the next section that we've identified is Wilma Rudolph Boulevard for sidewalks because the state's going to run them down Wilma Rudolph. But how do you get as a pedestrian off the bus on a sidewalk and then walk to like Kmart, Target, the mall? You're walking on the road.
We got to start building overpasses, walkways.
Yeah.
We'll hold like bake sales or whatever.
There we go.
To raise money.
Clarksville's going to be really awesome. I mean, it already is awesome, but there's some good stuff in store. It's going to be really cool in a couple years.
And having a better flow of movement and traffic, not just car-wise, not just transportation-wise, but walking-wise and bike-wise. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. You know, I have the privilege sometimes of, you know, doing real estate in Nashville, Franklin, just different counties, you know, in Middle Tennessee, and I see how progressive they are with bike lanes.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's amazing to
And
just
the market
see.
here is so hot.
It is.
It's so hot.
Is. You know, and we owe it to ourselves to start taking care of our infrastructure on the front end before we get too big and there's not enough room to do different things.
Because it sucks when you have to, you know, what do they call it? When you have to react instead of just act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you what, we got so much more to go over here, city council-wise. Can we get you back on this month?
Too easy.
Yeah?
Just let me know when.
Too easy. That's what's up. City Councilman Richard Garrett, Ward 1, filling us in on what the hell's going on. Sidewalks. I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you'll see. You'll see walking pedestrian bridges on Wilma Rudolph. So you don't have to stand in that middle turning lane for 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Got a couple turnarounds or roundabouts coming, too.
Ah.
Yeah.
We call those jug handles where I come from. That's what they're called. They go, nice jugs. Absolutely.
Even Bay shook his head on that one.
I'm just living my past. Case.
It's the Joe Padula Show.
Bada bing.
Clarksville's conversation.